What's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to Honey's Closet. I'm your host with the most honey. And I got my girl Vixx, who's always in the mix. And we are about to have an amazing show. Tonight, we're talking about respect. We have a really crazy email back question. And then we have a extra question that we want everybody to discuss. So, you know the routine. Go grab you a cocktail, something to eat, whatever it is, and come sip, chat, and chill with us.
What's the trending topic? Who got the ears for the gossip? Which radio station is the hottest? And if it's sweet like honey, then I got it. If you don't tune in, then you're wrong. Honey, cause I know what's really going on. So tell me something good, tell me something good. You better turn up the volume in every hood. Which clubs really poppin'? Who clothesline rockin'? What show should I be watching?
I never get this right, but anyways, what's up? What's up, Vixx?
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, are you sure?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you? How was your Mother's Day?
It was good. My oldest son, well, you know, Pookie, Chuck Beasy, Derek. He barbecued for me, and
Nice.
he barbecued, and we had some, good time. We were over there drinking and talking about, all
You
kind
didn't
of
know
great
Crip
stuff.
Walk, did you?
No, I didn't crip walk. Yeah, I didn't do no crip walking that weekend, but no, I'm just playing. No, I didn't. No. Um, what else did I do? And that was it. How was yours?
I was away from my babies and my everybody.
No.
So I kind of me and hubby went to dinner and all that stuff.
Oh,
But
that's nice.
yeah, so that was it. Nothing major.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've been off for forever because we came back and then we were off another week for Mother's Day, and
Mm-hmm.
try to get back in, get this going, and
Yes.
yes. So anything else you need to share? Like it's been a minute.
You have a fun life. I really have nothing
Well, I
to
really
do. Like I'm out here in this boony town by myself, and yeah, I don't got nothing to do except watch you and your life and gossip.
Gossip. I'll drink to that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got some. I don't know what it is, but it's good.
It's good. All right, cheers. Cheers to we're back.
And you can't see my. Oh, you can't see it on camera.
I can't see. You gotta put it. There you go.
Okay.
Woo, woo. So today our topic is respect. Respect all the way around. I feel like respect is not given how it should be given, and we as women, mothers, individuals, we should be respected by men, by others, by our children, by everybody. And
Really?
yeah, there should be, and it should be given. This new generation has a thing of respect is earned. There's no way that your elder has to earn your respect, my opinion. But we'll get more into that. And then we have a really crazy email back question. I don't know how to answer this. And then we have a side note question that I stole from my boy Kels. He has a little show. So Kels, if you're on here and you're watching, we're gonna take your it's his topic. But I kind of want to I would like to get people's opinions. So what do you want to start with first?
I don't know. I guess we're going with respect 'cause that's the first thing on the list.
Respect.
Yes, tell me your take on what you're talking about.
I feel like the respect that people give these days is shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't respect their elders. They don't respect their parents. They don't respect their grandparents. They don't respect just people, just individuals, period. And when I was coming up, I'm just speaking on me. When I was coming up, what does this thing say? Like it's driving me nuts. Oh my God, it says we're not live.
It says we're live.
Okay, now it says we're live. I don't know.
It said live before. I see the
But it was cutting it out. It said it requires us to go live. So I don't know if anybody heard anything we say. So now we got to repeat everything. Welcome back to Honey's Closet. If you missed the drop, I'm sorry. We're not going to play that again. But I'm your host with the most honey, and my girl Vix is in the mix. We're in here. We were talking, but something pink popped up. I'm like, this is not normal.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It said you Facebook requires you to go live. So I don't know what happened, why we weren't live in the beginning. I felt like I seen people coming on and going off. So yeah, we weren't live, but we're back today. Our topics are respect. We have a juicy email back question, and then we have a bonus question that I actually stole from my boy Kels, that him and his boy discussed. So I think I'm gonna start. You know what? I think I'm gonna start with the bonus question.
Okay.
Okay. You want to talk? You want to introduce the bonus question?
Is it the same one I was talking
Yeah,
about?
it's the
Okay.
same
Well,
one.
I didn't know anything about your friend, the show, or anything. I just had a question because I've dated a couple guys that had best friends that were opposite sex, and then my husband, and so I was kind of like, you know what? Am I wrong or what? You know, do people feel uncomfortable with your spouse or your significant other or you know mate having a best friend that's the opposite sex? And you tell me, what do you think? I have a little bit of it. I don't know. I'm torn. I guess if you know the person, you've met him, you're around him and stuff like that. But if it's just a friend that's kind of like, oh, that's my best friend, and you're not really engaged too much with them, it's kind of like, okay. I just feel like if you're best friends, at some point somebody might have liked one or the other one and wanted to date them, and maybe it just didn't work out, or the other one didn't like them that way. I don't know. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Um. Well, I have a male friend that I've been friends with, I think, since sixth, seventh grade.
Uh-huh.
Jock, and there's never been. We've never messed around. We never did anything. We're very close, and I mean, he's been around me since I was a little girl.
But did anybody ever have a crush on one or the other when it
No, I
started?
don't
When
think
it
either
started
one of us.
out?
No,
I
we
mean, you
just
were
became
little though. You were
initially.
little.
I don't. Yeah, we were so young, and we just hung out, and he was always at my house, and he hung out with us, and you know, um,
But
and we
see, is this somebody you still hang out with? If you're still, do you still hang out with them now, right now, like as an
we haven't
adult?
hung out in a while, in about a couple of months. But yeah, like he'll come out here. We go out. He used to do Honey's Closet. We was on the air with us. We hung out a lot then. But he's living in LA, and I'm here, so it's kind of hard for us to hang out. But I still consider him a very dear and close
But
friend.
close friend, yes. But I'm talking about like a best friend, like somebody's
He
like, you know
was.
how you
He
are
We
with
did
your best friend and
everything
you talk to
together.
them.
We did everything together. It's funny because I just ran into another friend of mine that, on the same note, I remember just hanging out with him and his mom. Just I was with them all the time, and I think that was different because I think there was like we kind of like each other, but we were too
Exactly.
young, and I was 2 years younger than him, so I think it was different for me because I was a tomboy. I wasn't trying to be. I don't like no boys. I just want to fight them, and whatever. But but with Jock, we were just good. We were best of friends. He was my one of. He's my one of. He is. He's the only guy friend that him and Patrick. Patrick is another one that's like my brother, and we are close. And that's my ride or die too. So I do have friends that are male that nothing has happened between us, and I'm comfortable with. And who
Well, I'll say this: if it was your okay, with yourself, you're comfortable with it, of course, because it's your friend,
right, but I have to take in consideration
right?
my man. I get
So,
it.
but what I'm saying is it different? It's easy for the person who has the friend to say, well, I don't see nothing wrong with it because you're the person. But yeah, if it was the other way around and you were dating a guy or you were married to somebody and they had a girl that was a best friend, then you might think of it a little differently depending on the relationship. Like if they always got to be on the phone or they always got to be with them or they're like, man, can we get some privacy? Why this person got to call all the time? And
Well,
every
that's
time,
excessive. You can't be hanging on
yeah,
the
but
phone all
best
the time.
friends,
I don't talk to Jock on the phone all the time. He might
yeah.
text me, "Hey, what's up, Mop?" That's what he's the Mop. He's the creator of the Mop. So, I think that once you get in a relationship, that you have to make if that friend's going to be around because you can't have a friend for 30, 40 years and just say,
Right.
"Oh, you know what, we can't talk no more." So you have to introduce that friend to your mate.
Right. I think that's the most
You have
important part is
to
make that friend be their best friend too. Like,
make
okay,
them be
well
friends.
then,
But that
yeah.
there's but you have to. It also starts with trust.
Mhm.
So we have to trust each other. Now, you ain't finna go to work and come home with a new best friend. Sorry. Ain't no new
Okay,
money.
yeah, like that exact. There you
That's
go.
not
Like
gonna
if you've
happen.
been friends long before I came along, there's nothing I can
If the
say.
best friend came
But
with the
once,
relationship, yeah.
yeah, that so it is a little different if they've been friends because I do have guy friends, but I respect their relationships. I'm not gonna call them at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna be expected to
Right.
come over for dinner. I'm just like okay, we're friends, but I don't know. Best friend might be a little bit different. I don't know.
Well, Jock knew, he knew for a long time, for the longest I was single. So he would text me 12 o'clock at night. What's up, mom?
Ooh.
But you can look at the text and see there's nothing sexual, there's nothing inappropriate. It's like he'll text me, "What's up, Mop? What you watching?" And we'll
Yeah,
talk
but at
about
12 o'clock,
whatever.
you know what I mean. When you're in a relationship, they're
But
not like
because
that. Yeah.
but there's no. That's a different story. If you're single now, once you're in a relationship, you have to respect my mate. So you can't text me at 12 o'clock saying what's up.
Right.
And the same with him, he has somebody, and when he's with his girl, I don't text him or call him. That there's a respect level. And so you have to have that respect. Now if your mate decides ain't no best friends, I don't know how you handle that.
Yeah, how do you handle that? Because it's like, wait a minute, my friend's been here before you, and you may come and you may go, and so I'm not going to try to mend a relationship with my friend because I pushed them away because of you. So yeah, that is a little trickier.
It's tricky.
So
You got
that's true.
to have to figure that out to make that work. And I think probably, I don't know, as adults, maybe we were younger, like, whatever. But as adults, at our age now, I think, you know what, this is my close friend. He's been around for 40 years. Um, you need to meet him and
Yeah, I think they
let's
got to
you
be
guys
as
meet
comfortable, yeah,
and be
with them as
comfortable.
you.
But
But
it could be issues too because people lie all the time. Ain't nothing going on. They leave and go together and be doing all kind of
well,
stuff.
you see what I'm saying? So that's like you said, trust, right? And then you have
I
to,
do trust.
know the person, and you can tell when somebody's kind of like, oh, that's my best friend, but they've been secretly having this little crush on them for years, and they just put them in the friend zone because they can't be in any other zone. So like they accepted to be your friend,
Yeah.
but me in the background, they're
Hey,
like
sis
waiting for
Cuzzo.
something to happen.
Sis Cuzzo, how do you feel if Anthony had a best friend that was a woman? So I think if they came with the relationship, I mean, we have to work that out. There ain't no new bitches coming in talking about, oh, I'm his best friend. No, I'm his best friend, Heifer. So,
Right.
but I think there's things that you can see. Like my brother had a
Mm-hmm.
best friend that was a girl, and she had a husband, and she was married, and they were best friends. And it was respectful, and everybody knew her, and she's an amazing person. And I think that's hard, but we got to figure out how to make that work if we're gonna make it work, right? You can't just get rid of your best friends. Like I'm never gonna say, "Oh, Jock, I can't talk to you no more."
Well, okay, I tell you what, I dated somebody that had a best friend, but it was kind of like, okay, they going on vacation with you. Like I
No,
just
we ain't doing that shit. You can't go with us.
like what are they on? Okay, I know you stay in different hotel rooms, but I don't care. Like why are you?
No, 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 no.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
no, I know there was nothing. They've been friends, but I for years and stuff. But it was just like okay, I don't think I ever met her either. But she had this thing about me, like why she always was questioning my position, like why do you like her so much? Why do you care about what he likes or don't like, right?
Yeah, now we
So
gotta go
tell
roll
me,
up.
is that a
Now
little
we gotta
weird,
roll up.
right?
Now we
That's a
gotta roll
little
up. Like, what's your
weird.
beef? Yeah, what's your beef, girl?
It's like,
Why you
yeah,
gotta roll up?
you secret, and then later on it came out where she kind of liked me, and she tried to kiss me one time, and I said, hey, don't ever do that again. That's what he said. Oh, so I knew somebody like somebody.
And it very. I mean, that could be a problem. That could definitely
Yeah, but
be.
they know it. But then the person knows that they like them, so that's probably why they keep them at the distance anyway. You know what I mean? But no,
So
not
she said
vacation.
if she was there before me. So you have to take that in consideration. If this is a best
But
friend,
she was
yeah.
this particular
But
one. She was.
you do have to look at that. Like, okay, does she like you? What's the deal? Does he like you? Or those are the things that you
Mhm.
have to. Because people are sneaky, so you have to figure out: is this really a best friend, or is this somebody that he just I can go to whenever I need to? We just got that special friend
So
relationship.
yeah, it's trust, I think, because you have people that you've dated before too that turn out to be friends, and you really are good for. Like me and my daughter's dad, we could be best friends. It ain't nothing like that, but nobody would understand that though.
And that's how I
You know
am
what
with
I
my
mean?
husband. He's like my little brother now. Like that's my
But certain people wouldn't
nobody
understand that. You
understands
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like, really,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's not like that, you know? But
But it's hard for people to believe. So, I had my son had dinner at his house. I think it was last year, maybe whatever. And my ex-husband came with his girlfriend. They came in there and I'm like, we call him Otis, right? What's up, Otis? And the girlfriend came, like, we're good. And people, but this is how we should be. We should not be hating each other because we're not together. There should not be any issues because you have a new woman, right?
I
What's up?
think the
Like,
only
we
reason
can sit
why.
down, eat, let's, because we're
Mhm.
going to see each other. I'm very close to my ex-father-in-law, and this is my kid's father. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think the only time it's an issue is if somebody's still got some feelings. Because you shouldn't, if you don't have any feelings, it shouldn't bother you. It's not really, you know, it's not
So
really.
Shanae says Anthony, her husband, has a good female friend, and I absolutely love her. And that's we have to be adult about things, right? We have to say, okay, what's up? Come on over. Like I trust that this is her friend or his friend, or but because
Hey, hang out with them long enough. Exactly. Hang out with them long enough. You'll know.
you
Let
know,
them come over and visit. You can feel people out, you know.
yeah, yeah. Because I could never see myself getting rid of Jock, and I could never see myself getting rid of Patrick. Like these are people that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, these are friends, and nothing's ever happened, and
Mm-hmm.
someone that absolutely trust. And it's hard to find good people that you trust that know that actually got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let me tell you what happened today. And if you guys are listening, still want to chime in on it, let us know what you think. Is it okay for your mate to have a best friend of the opposite sex? I want to hear from you. So I go to Stater Brothers today, right? And I'm in the produce section, and I'm gonna make this really quick because it really pissed me off. And I did a live about this earlier to watch. Look out for people that surround you. So I walk and I see this elderly white lady. She has a basket in front of her, but she's sitting on like a step stool or something, and she's sitting down like this. And no one's paying her no attention, right? And I can tell she's not good. I can tell she's not good. Okay, we're gonna read Carol's post.
Wow. That
I
was
can,
like right all across the
I
screen.
know. I'll bring it back up in a minute, CeeLo.
I'm like,
So I asked the lady. I said, "Are you okay?" And she
mhm.
said she looked up and she was shaking. She goes, "I don't know. I kind of didn't feel well or something." I could tell she was in a little distress, right? So she was kind of breathing, but she was okay, but she wasn't okay in a sense.
Right.
So I'm looking around. It's like 4 or 5 people working in the produce section. Nobody's looking at this old lady. So she go, "Well, they brought me a chair. So they bring you a chair, sit you down, don't check on you. The fudge! Like this is what y'all doing? This lady has to
Like,
be
here you
80
go.
years old." So I said,
Oh
so
my
I'm
God.
talking to her, and she's like, "Are you a nurse?" And I said, "Well, kind of. I'm not practicing though. It's been years. So, but I could tell that something's wrong with you."
Mm-hmm.
So she said, "I'm gonna be okay." And the feeling of, and this is the sad part about our society, unfortunately, I felt like she wanted me to look after her, but she was afraid, right? It was a big black woman. Like, what does she want from me, right? And I said, "Ma'am, I'm not gonna leave you. So we got to figure this out. Somebody I can call." And it broke my heart. She said, "There's nobody to call." She had a husband, but there's nobody for her to call. So I'm like, okay. I said, "Well, I'm gonna go get my onions and garlic. I'm gonna let you sit here for a minute. I'll come back." So I go to the people. I go, "You guys see this lady sitting here? Like, no one's. Oh, well, we were gonna call 911. You were gonna call 911. So you put her in the chair and you left her. You didn't care. You didn't care to do nothing. Okay." So I go get my stuff. I come back. They're talking to her. So the dumb broads say, "Oh, I can put you in a motorized thing." And I'm looking at her like, this lady can't. She's shaking. She can't drive it. So I said, "I don't think she's able to drive that." She disregards me. "Ma'am, I can put you in a motor." I said, "Excuse me. Hello. I don't think she can drive it." Disregards me. So I said, "Ma'am, do you think
Wow.
motorized cart?" "No, I don't even. I've never drove." I said, "Ma'am, she can't. She cannot do it." I
They
said, "You
just
know,
what they just wanted her out of the store?
I
What
don't
they
know
didn't
what
want
they
it to
wanted." I
cause a
said, "I got
commotion
her."
in the
So she looks at
store?
me like, "Well, we'll do this." I said, "No, I got her. I got her. I'm gonna make sure." I said, "Ma'am, what all do you have to get?" She goes, "I have to get 2 more things." So she's getting up. I help her up. I said, "Come on, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna walk with you." And she's like, "No, it's okay. I'm gonna get somebody to walk me out." I said, "Ma'am, I understand that you're a little uncomfortable. You don't know who I am, I promise you, I'm a child of God. I'm not gonna let you. I can't let you. I can't. It's just
Well,
not.
why didn't they call the paramedics
Because
anyway? Then
I'm gonna call it. I'm going up there. I feel like going back and smacking the one lady. So she said, "I'm embarrassed. My husband wants wine and beer." I go, "Don't be embarrassed. Let's go get it." Got some Bud Light. Got a box of wine. Put it in her basket. So I followed to the checkout, and she's uncomfortable. And so I said, "Ma'am, I understand that you don't know who I am, and you're a little uncomfortable." I said, "But I'm not gonna allow you. I'm gonna watch you." She started to cry. I hugged her. I said, "It's okay. It's okay." So I told the guy that was bagging the food, I said, "Can you walk her to her car and make sure she gets to her car?" He said, "Yeah." So I went on, checked out, got to my car, watched her come out, get in her car, watched her pull off. She told me she lived
but
right
she
down the
actually
street.
drove though with her
She
shaking.
drove. So I followed her, but I didn't want her to know I was following her because I didn't want her to be nervous. So I followed her out, and she literally lives right across the street from me in some senior living apartments.
Uh-huh.
So and she turned, I stayed on this lane, but I didn't pull up next to her. I did not want her to see me and feel threatened or scared, right? So she turned. I went straight. I busted a U-turn. Like, please, the cops see me because they gonna be like, "Well, you busting a U-turn in the middle of the street." And I seen her go in her apartments, and I wanted to follow her, but I'm like, hopefully somebody's gonna, But I want to make sure she got in there good, right? So she got in there. She was fine. But the fact that nobody helped this lady completely freaking pissed me off. And I'm like, I'm gonna call them and say, I have to learn how to let stuff cool off first because I'll say the wrong thing. I know
Hmm.
my triggers. But I'm gonna call them and say, you guys need to be more accountable for your customers. This lady could have fell out and had a stroke, heart attack, anything, and y'all just over there flipping lemons and
No,
shit.
it sounded like she was like having like what do you call it when you're dehydrated or something? Like you're dizzy.
Something,
Yeah.
something. So let's see. I get that a lot. My new dude don't understand that I'm still friends with my ex. But see, being friends with your ex is different, CeeLo. And it's like,
Well, I
okay,
said I'm friends with my daughter's dad. I mean,
but you
that's
could talk to y'all ex regards if it's a baby mama, baby daddy type thing. Nobody wants to get back with their exes. It's just things and they go right and but do you still have the friendship? But the new boyfriend, girlfriend don't have the dress. And it is hard, which is stupid, but they jealous even if your friends, female friends, like you gotta have your attention to damn no boo boo.
or
Girl,
she
I
needs
don't
to just call and just sit. Can she
yes.
just call on the phone? Just or just call on the phone. Just
So
exactly what she said.
here's the thing. So I don't want to. Let me just rephrase something. So I just said my ex-husband. We got to be careful with the exes though, because this is somebody that you've had relationships with. So you do have to be careful in the sense of, um, like I wouldn't expect my dude to be like, "Oh, your ex-husband is cool." I would have to prove that to him, right? This is his girlfriend. This, you know what I'm saying? But that it would be hard for me. Like, it would be hard. So an ex is different than somebody that's just literally your best friend that you've never had relationships with. That's just your best friend from childhood that you grew up with, and there's nothing, right? Um, but we tend to be like, oh no, she had to like you or he had to like you, and I get it.
I feel like I feel like well, okay, if you were friends since you were a little kid or something like that, yeah, I get it. But as an adult, I don't know. It depends on like where it's just everybody's different with their relationship. They know who they're with. They know the situation and stuff. Whatever. If they messed around or something like, and then again, they may not never tell it. Like we.
Yeah, because you can say, okay, nothing's ever
Nothing
wrong.
happened, but it
But
did.
it
It's like
depends
okay,
on
let's
what
just
your
never tell
intentions
anybody.
are, and
Yeah.
that's probably the scary part. But you have to be careful of
But you got to
what
know who you're with, I guess, too, right? That's really the whole point is you got to trust. If you can't trust the person you're with, then that's the whole point right there.
and
Because
there
if they know that this person likes them, they're probably if they're an upright person, they're probably not going to really have them around like that anyway.
right.
They know that it's not a comfortable situation, and they're not going to disrespect the relationship by having that person around. Now you got some scandalous people that'll sleep with your best friend and be standing there in your face. So it's like so you
Will
got to
be
know who
right
you're
there in
with.
your home eating your
Both
food
of them,
and
both of
screwing
them,
your
right?
husband.
Exactly. So
I find out to
you
be
know.
the last time you chew anything. The last time you ever chew,
Chew,
baby.
piss,
You
breathe.
will never the last time breathing, chewing anything. In my house, and you trying to act like I'm his best friend and you screwing my no, both of them. I
Man.
will never chew again. I'm taking out all the veneers. Everything's coming out. So yeah. So I'm gonna go into our email back question.
Okie dokie.
This is crazy. I need for all y'all to tell me your thoughts. Dear HC crew, I will get straight to it. I've been married for 14 years, and about 4 years ago, I suspected my husband of cheating. Well, it finally was confirmed. He was cheating with a man. Ah, yes, a whole man. As you already know, I was devastated. I immediately put him out and tried to pick up the pieces. Well, about 2 months ago, he started calling me saying he messed up and wants to work on our marriage. He has taken me out on a few dates. I still love him, but how can I know that he won't go back to his old ways? What do you think? Should I give him another chance? Signed, married to a down low man.
Okay, so they've been married for 14 years. Have no sign that your husband has these tendencies at all. And then you say go back to his old ways.
Well, because she's
So is
caught
it something that he's,
with a man.
yeah,
Whether
once?
you caught him once, that's enough.
No, but she said ways like it's something he's had a custom
Well,
to
I guess
doing.
she means it, if I get back with him, will he go back to
To
sleeping
doing
with?
that, I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I would say you got to have some ground rules, right? You can't hang out with your guy friends anymore. You can't hang out with no girls. You can't hang out with children. You can't hang out with animals. You can't hang out with nobody because I don't trust your ass because you down low. You do dirty shit. Really? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can't trust somebody at that point. I mean, you can't trust nobody if they cheat anyway, but.
So,
I mean, is it the cheating or is it the fact that it was a man?
do you think if your husband cheated, that you could never trust him again?
I don't know.
I feel like we have to be adult about it and figure out why did our mates cheat. Why?
I don't really do. To me, I don't care. I guess people say that. They always say, well, I just don't believe in this story about, oh, I was feeling a certain type of way. This is why I did X, Y, Z and all this. I don't, to me, I just don't. I think that's a bunch of BS.
So you don't
That's just me. That's just me.
Okay, so let me give you a scenario and then we'll get back to this. If you're married and we as women tend to do this, we decide we ain't finna be the little slut he was used to being, and we're not gonna be doing this, and I don't do this no more, and sex has to be planned, and I can't do this, and I'm not cooking, I'm not fixing myself up. And he goes to Home Depot or Lowe's or something, and he's getting some stuff for the house, and some beautiful woman, or she ain't gotta be beautiful, but she's just, gave him that attention that he's lacking from home, or she's lacking from home. And so blip, blap, bloom, legs open, there's an affair. You don't take no responsibility in the fact that you was not giving your husband what he needed at home.
First of all, it depends on if we had a conversation. If you didn't have no conversation to say to me that I need this and I need that. Now, if somebody's having a conversation and they're telling them what they need and then the person's still not fulfilling it, then get out of the marriage or get out of the relationship.
You don't think that you don't know that you haven't, if you're not.
Yeah, but then at that point, yeah, but still, I feel like if a person's not getting their needs met, then they need to leave the relationship. Cheating is not going to help it. What's it going to do?
So for men get, and I'm not taking no sides, but men can come and say, well, babe, you don't do this no more. We get mad. What you want me to do? I got kids, and I hear it all the time. I hear women all the time. I got to go to work. I take care of the kids. I got to do this. I ain't got time. Okay, then somebody else is going to be screwing your husband.
Okay.
And so I think it is right for the husband to come and say, babe, you don't do this no more. You don't wear no sexy underwear no more. You don't kiss me no more. Whatever it is.
You gotta think things change. It's like, okay, we were single then. I was skinnier then. I didn't have a bunch of jobs and stuff.
Don't matter.
So let's work with it. Let's work with it. Let's figure it out though.
But I agree. Let's tell me and give me the opportunity to say, I'm going to fix it. But I think sometimes we're scared once we say something it's going to cost, especially for us women, we get emotional. Oh, what you saying? I ain't this no more.
And you don't think cheating is going to do that?
I think that if we love each other and we sit down and my husband came to me and said, you know what? You used to kiss me when we go to bed, or, we used to have affectionate, and you don't do that anymore. It's like it's a chore now, because sex sometimes become a chore in relationships, and men can feel it.
You're tired. You're right. You're tired. You're
but you gotta make time for your.
I believe that, and that
You
I do
know,
believe. I do.
Superwoman or Superman, like, let me go in here and lay it down, even though I'm tired, because if you
No,
don't, the next motherfucker will.
but
And
I just don't think it is an opportunity to cheat, though. It's like if you're not
I don't
happy,
think it's
just
an
say, you know what,
opportunity.
I asked you to do certain things, you haven't done them. You know what, this relationship is getting to a point where I'm not happy.
But I think
But
sometimes
people
people,
can't
I'm
do
not making
that.
I'm not making excuses. I'm sorry, I'm not making excuses. But sometimes you can still be in love with your mate, but not happy with the way it is. So we go
You're right.
elsewhere to get that affection, but we still, and it's easier said than done, and we see it happen all the time. But I agree with you. We should be able to sit down and say, whatever it is, and you like, you used to go down and you don't go down no more. What's up with that? Right? Whatever it is, he, she, whatever. Like, you have to work that out. And we have to be open about that. But we have to be also logical that when I met my husband or wife, I was holding her hand or I was holding his hand. I was kissing her. We was making out. We was like crazy. And as the relationship gets older, you still have to do those things. You have to figure out. You have to spice it up. You still have to have date night. You still have to attract your husband or wife.
You're right, because the same thing you would be doing if
Stop.
you're talking to somebody down the street, you would be doing all those little fun things with them, you
You have
know.
to do it. Baby, let's go
And
outside. Let's
so
go to
yeah,
the
I
hotel.
think
Let's go, whatever.
right. Let's like listen. This is getting stale. Let's find some fun things to do. Let's be creative. But I think people just they get. I don't know. It's like they get a little weird about it. Like, oh, it's embarrassing. I shouldn't have to tell them. They should know what I want. Or you
You
know
know,
what?
you have to
I
tell
tried
them,
to tell them, but they're not listening. Or
like, people zone out. It's like, oh, I didn't realize that I wasn't kissing her. I wasn't holding her hand.
right.
So
Mhm.
these are discussions that you have to have, but you also have to be sexually, as well as everything else, compatible. You
And
know,
at the beginning, you might be, and then later on, but people do evolve. People do change. They do change. When life
yeah.
changes, people do change, and maybe they don't feel as attractive anymore, and they don't want to do certain things. It's not because they don't love the mate. It's just that maybe I don't feel good with me. Maybe I've gained weight, or maybe I feel a certain way about myself. It has
But you
nothing to
want
do with
to think
you.
that that's
Yeah,
true.
it's
If
easier to
you allow
say.
that to draw you into, I'm not gonna be sexual, I'm not gonna be, then your
Yeah,
husband or wife or whoever it is may be like,
you're
damn,
right.
attention. So those are things we have to work. So now back to this lady. So would you go back?
No, I not. I mean, not no. You can't go back from that. I don't think because I think they are attracted to. He's attracted to men and maybe and women, and it's just a harder now. It's just man, that's like a no. I think I'd let you go on and explore what you got to do because
Yeah.
you're digging now. I told you.
There is no way in the world that I want to know that my husband was on his knees
Woo!
sucking another man or
Hey, it may not have been that way. It might have been.
hey, disclaimer, I'm not knocking, y'all know my gay people, I love y'all. I don't want to know that my husband was doing that.
I don't
Because
want to
now
know that he was with another woman either, but the man he
yeah, but I'd rather think that he was just in some cooch and that's gonna get you knocked out anyways. You going, but to think that he was, because
now we ain't got nothing to stand
now
for.
I gotta know, was you the giver or the taker? That makes a big, either one don't work. But if you say, oh, I was the giver, then I'm, like, okay, you was pounding whatever. That's
That's what I'm
disgusting.
saying. Okay.
But to know that you on your knees with your butt in the air and they just like, so now
Oh
you just
my God.
gotta watch what you say. I don't want to offend anybody, but yeah, that's not gonna work. That's absolutely not gonna
So
work.
now, like, if it's the other way around, men, because like you said, women, it's more acceptable for two women than it to be two men in a way, right? The way I guess.
Oh yeah, a man probably be like, oh, you with a girl, bring her home.
Exactly. Bring her
Bring her
over here.
home,
Who is it?
right?
Your friend Sandra? Bring her. Where's she at?
Yeah, bring her. So now, yeah, but I think men could probably go back to that's a good question, fellas. Could you go back to your wife after you realized that she was with another woman? Like
I
she had.
see. I think a lot of people would say, yeah, where, bring her over here. You know what I mean? But women, it's like, oh, I don't.
Well, because your man is masculine. For most women, that's what we're attracted to, that masculine man.
Yeah, but see,
Your
some
man is on his knees somewhere getting pounded or something.
But see, they don't want to say that. That doesn't mean they're not masculine.
What? If you on your knees
That's it. They may
or you
not.
on your knees getting done in the butt,
They may not think it that way.
no disrespect. To me, as my husband, you're not that masculine man. Now, if
So I
here
make him not masculine.
you're gonna get me in trouble because I have a lot of
You're
gay friends.
saying it. You're saying it.
I don't want to
That's the
offend
question.
anybody. I feel like if you're gay, be happy. Um, I had a little girl. Side note, I had a young girl at my job. She just started talking to me, and she was telling me, "You sound like a really good mother." We was talking. She said, her "Mom's gonna kick her out." I'm like, "She's not gonna kick you out, right?" I would never kick my kids. My kids can come home anytime. I don't care. They're 40 years old. Come home, Mama got you. I go, she's not gonna kick you out. So she goes, "You sound like a really good mother. I want to talk." First day at work, her first day. She was new. She goes, "I want to talk to you."
Oh boy.
So I said, "Okay, oh Lord, what?" People always want to talk to me, right? She goes, "You seem like I can talk to you," and so we ended up not talking that day. But a couple of days later, she came back, and I asked her, "I go, do you still want to talk to me?" She goes, "Yes, can I talk to you?" I go, "What's going on?" She said, "Now, mind you, when I first seen her, I didn't know if she was a girl or a guy. She had short hair, very thin, tall. I just like she looks like a cute girl or really like young boy, right?" But she was a girl. So she told me, she said, "I like this one guy. There's only one guy I want to be with. I like him, but he's, in Texas or something. But I'm talking to a girl and I'm confused and I don't know what to do." And I'm like, "Sweetheart, pray about it and take your time." What I did tell her is, you only get one chance at life. Live your best life. Be happy. I can't tell you, no, don't turn.
Some
Pray
people
about it.
like both. Some people literally do
They
like,
do.
enjoy, and love both sexes. Maybe not for the sex, but just for the person. I guess just the closeness of any being or human at all. They don't look at it like it's a sexual thing or even a female male thing. They literally just see it as a human. I don't.
Well, I don't want to ever have anybody feel like I'm bashing somebody's um, choice to choose. I think if you are gay, be gay. I don't like hiding it. I don't like men that are married to women but having
Right.
relationships. That's not cool because you're just really dragging some innocent person into your bullcrap. If you gay, just be gay.
But
I'm a
see, that's the tricky part of it. I think a lot of times, like you say, you should just be it. But I think they use it as a cover, like you say, or they might actually be actually confused. And they do, like I hear people that have been with women and they are end up being gay. They really actually are. They do love the person they were with, the woman. They love them as a person,
okay.
but but they come to grips with, I guess, the fact that they, okay, let me be real with who I really am. I am gay. I tried to fight that tendency. Like I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to try to make myself be normal, they say, or be the way society accepts me to be. But in my soul, I know that's not who I am. And yes, I fell in love with this person as the person they are, just like a best friend or anybody else. I don't want to hurt them. But I had to come with grips that, you know what, I'm this way and I need to just deal with it. Now that everybody's, coming out and being bold about it and all this, now they come to the point where they can feel comfortable enough to tell somebody. But you, at the same time, you're devastating this person that has, known you as one person. It's like you're not that person. You're a totally different person now.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like the person I knew died in a way.
I again, I stand by. Be happy. Whatever makes you happy, do it because you only get one chance at life. Do not
But be
waste your whole life.
careful. Be
Be
careful
careful.
with who you hurt
Make the
along
right,
the
yeah.
way doing
Make
that
the
too.
right decisions, but do
Be
what's best
kind.
for you.
Be kind when you do it. I mean, because it sometimes it will be a point where you hurt a lot of people because you,
Yeah, you can.
not necessarily because you are who you are, but I think because they know you as a certain person. But like I told you one time, my mother said it the best way is like you
I
gotta,
need ice talk.
huh?
I'm getting ice talk.
What she's saying that you got to learn how to love all aspects of yourself. So it's like you got to allow people to love the other person that you are or you were in a way, and also the new person that you have become. So, like if somebody was to not accept you or you know, people are real phobic about saying, well, using the pronouns he, she, and this and that, like that. But it's like, if we've known you all your life as being she, and now you're he, that you got to embrace all of it, though, not just the fact that, hey, now I want to be male. But it's like, we've known you, and you got kid pictures when you were a child as this other, being a girl, and
Yeah.
people love you in that regard. Don't make us have to not acknowledge that person was ever here. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
got to embrace every bit of yourself, all of it, all the parts
Well,
that everything.
well, we had this conversation on another show, and it's like not everybody's going to agree with your
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle, right? There's a lot of older people, religious people who do not believe in homosexuality. And I think that they have a right not to believe in it. You have a right to say, you know what, I don't believe in it. I want my daughter or son to be straight. But you have to have respect for that culture, that I respect you. Don't mean I agree, but I respect what you're doing. And
Right.
you're
You cannot judge. Right.
I'm not
Exactly.
judging you because we do some crazy stuff too. So I just think that we have to be respectful that people are making that decision, do what you want to do, and whatever. My opinion on this, um, should she go back? Hell double no's.
That's a
There's no way that I could take my husband back knowing that he has been with a man. He has had sexual intercourse with another man. I will never see you the same. You will never be that strong man that I fell in love with. You're gonna always be that dude that allowed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I
well,
won't
my
accept because we're married and you've decided that you want to not only cheat but with the same sex, and it has nothing to do with not accepting homosexuality. If you my friend and you gay, hey, I got you. Let's roll. But you can't be my husband and sleeping with a man.
Well, I think too, it's like it's a double whammy of living a lie. You know what I mean? It's just like, you already cheated. That's one thing, and then it's, now I know a side of you that I don't even know. Like, I don't even know you. Who is this person? So you telling me this whole time you've been holding this from me? We're supposed to be best friends. We're supposed to know each other and trust each other, and you got a whole other side of you that I don't even know. What you're capable of, or what you attracted
Here's
to,
the
or what.
thing. So here's the thing. This is going to be so graphic, but I just have to say this. So you just imagine. Okay, I'm gonna take my husband back, and now he goes to kiss me, and I know you didn't suck on a penis.
Well, that's the same as licking the pussy too.
Happening.
No, but that's the same as licking coochie. Do you want to? You want to eat that too? Do you want that in your mouth? No, I mean, it's the same
Men
thing.
are supposed to eat coochie. It's
Okay,
okay.
but some other woman's, and it's okay for them to come kiss you then too.
No, I
I
get
think
that.
it's wrong all the way
Okay,
around.
no, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Um, I 100% agree, but I think to know that I don't know. I think I'd rather think that you had a coochie in your mouth. I'm gonna be mad either way it goes, but a penis in your mouth?
Yeah, I think it's it is a double whammy. Like, yeah, I'm seeing you as this certain way, and then you are, yeah. Like, I couldn't see Pascal. Like, he's hanging out. Just, oh, he would die. Like, I would die. Like, what? I,
Now,
I couldn't take him back because I don't think I would have. Yeah, I wouldn't look at him the same way. But as far as this person, for you to say if they should, I think personally that's your personal choice. If you could stand to be with someone after they've done something that level of betrayal, I don't know. I that's up to them.
girl, your husband was sucking on penises. There's
Ah,
no way you coming back in my bed. Sorry. Not
what if
the,
it was an act? Okay, I got a story for you. Wait, I got a story for you. This is a true story. I have a
oh,
friend of mine. Okay, well, years back, he was a somewhat of a player. He was married. Okay, he would just do all kinds of stupid stuff, right?
mm,
And he ends up having sex with a woman that he thought was a woman, but right before he came, he figured and realized it was a man.
how?
I
So
don't know if he touched something. I think he was doing it. He must have been having sex, anal sex, or
anal sex,
something,
see,
right? So I don't know if he touched something or whatever he must have done, but he realizes,
it was a man.
okay, that it was a man. So now in that situation, And then he has the nerve to tell us, right? Because it's like, I don't want to hear none of that.
That's
But it's
good.
like, he's like, man, I had to go on, and I guess he finished whatever he started because it was already to that point.
So he continued when he realized
well,
it
it
was,
was. I think he was already getting ready to
that would have
finish,
cut,
and it was like,
that would have
whoa,
taken the whole thing out.
yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like, okay, in that situation, let's say
I don't, because you ain't had
it's
no
a
business
nasty
speak.
world
That's
out here, people.
now you
You're
done
gonna
got.
die. Stop doing mess. That's why you
You know
stop
what
doing
though?
stuff, man. You
Here's
gotta
my
be
thought
cool
on
with
that.
people.
Transgenders need to be made to tell anybody they're pursuing what their actual sex is. So if you are a man that's dressing like a woman, because there are some beautiful transgender women out there, right? Or I don't know, they're transgender men or women. But if you're a man dressed as a woman, a beautiful woman, you need to tell the guy, you know what, before we go any further, I am a man. I'm a transgender man, or however, whatever the correct term
Well,
is.
you know what? He might have been telling us that, because I'm thinking to myself, how can you? I mean, they are some of them that you really, but as a man, you would think a man could recognize another man in some regard.
Some of these are beautiful though. And see, men,
Yeah, but I
they
mean, I
don't
would think a
think with
man
this
could.
head. They want often to get some head. So they can let this trend, and now you didn't been turned out by because you got a man sucking your thing.
Because he knows what you, and then you just like, wow, she just blew my mind, and you're like, oh, that's
So
why.
now you realize, and then and fellas, be careful when a woman just be like, okay, just do it from the back, go in
It's
the
like,
butthole
what's
first.
going on?
Like,
Yeah,
be
like how come I
careful.
can't see the whole
No,
thing?
why I can't
What's
go in
going
the
on?
coochie? Why I can't go?
Better do an examination. You better stop fooling with people and don't know them. That's because you're doing stuff and you don't know people.
Because everybody's about sex, and I don't feel like you should be about sex. I feel like you should be about getting to know each other. You can't just come and have sex
But
with
some people don't want to have a relationship. They really, literally have a
don't have
relationship and they just
and
want to
I
have.
can't
That goes
I
back to that
can't
girl
have
that
a
went to that.
sexual relationship with somebody I'm not in tune with.
Okay, that's the same. It goes back to that girl that went to that thing last week. You were the other week, right? And who
Yeah,
had
200
200
men.
men. Like people are just. Everybody wants to say I'm a prude, I guess. So I'm just gonna.
I'm approved. I'm definitely approved because I don't believe in all
I
that.
mean, when I was 20, I don't even think I was. Yeah, I wasn't that bad.
I'm definitely approved. Yeah. So I just think we got to be real careful what we do and how we do it. I was going to ask a question, and it totally I lost my train of thought.
Right, because I was probably talking.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask something, and I forgot what it was. Like it was a question about what we're talking about. It may come to me, but be careful, guys, because it's easier for you. And it's some women out here that look like men. Be like
Beard, I'm not kidding.
everything, sound like men, look like men. I'm like, oh, wow, like I need to do a full examination or ask those questions now. Are you really a woman? Are you really a man? What were you born? Like I need to
That's
know.
what I'm saying. I think I really am, if we're going to bring that up, I really truly do not think it's fair. I think once you do a transgender and you are completely trans over, then you have the right to now say I am female or I'm male. I don't think it's fair to do it before then. Like you could change it on your driver's license, you could tell it, put it however way, but until that happens, I think it's only fair that you have to acknowledge who you are assigned at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's like,
think even
okay,
if you have the full surgery, you still have to tell somebody
maybe I think,
I'm
yeah, you
fully
might have to
woman
do it
now, but I
older
was
than
born a
somebody.
man. You have
But
to
I
give
think that's
permission.
only when you get involved with somebody. Like I don't think it should be like on your driver's license or something like. But I think it's only fair that once you have made that transition, you're able to change it on your ID and you're able to do all this. Then you should, yeah, you should tell your mate that because I think if they're expecting you to have kids or you're expecting to have a life with somebody, it's only fair for them to know who the real person
Well,
is.
you need to let
But
somebody
how
know
many
that
of us don't know the real person anyway? You're with, we.
that's true. That's true. That's true. All right, look, we run out of time. Let's get on to
Oh,
the
did we? We didn't even get to
no,
our
no, we're gonna do respect. We got time.
yeah, we gotta do respect. That comes back
Respect.
to respect because if
It
you
comes back to
respect
respect.
somebody,
Respecting somebody that you're
respect your
with.
relationships, your people that you are with that love you, and just and then the lady, like you said, the one that was in the, just we don't respect our elders and
We
stuff.
don't respect our elders. We
People
don't
don't
respect
respect anybody.
anybody. So how do you? I feel that. So somebody told me the other day. They said you are the. How do you say it? Matriarch of your family. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I thought about it. I am. I'm the oldest of my immediate family. Of my immediate family, including my children, my brother, whatever. I am the oldest. So I guess I am in training to be the matriarch of our family. And they was like, people need to respect you as such. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? You're freaking right. I need to, and so I have allowed so much disrespect and I've humbled myself to accept it to keep the peace. And I thought, you know what? I don't do that shit no more. Because this person is right. I am. You owe me this respect. As a mother, a grandmother, a sister, a family, whatever, you owe me the respect. A friend, whoever it is, you owe you. I am. I demand that freaking respect. And I noticed that a lot of people don't. When I was coming up, um, I respect my elders. So neighbors, family, friend, boy, whatever. As a boyfriend I had, I respect his father. I respect his mother. It's given. That is his parents, right? We don't get that anymore. People think I don't have to respect. When I was coming up, I remember I got a whooping for calling my teacher by her first name because she was young. She was real pretty young. And everybody was like, oh, we called her by her first name. She was cool. She was a teacher's aide. I got a whooping. I had to call her Miss Green. Like, she ain't Miss Green. She young. And we don't have that respect. And I feel like we have to demand this respect now. And I feel like I have given out too many passes to too many people that don't respect me as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, whatever it is. Not daughter, but friend, whatever. I am 54. I demand my freaking respect. And you're going to give it to me, or we're going to have some problems. And that's how I'm going to run my life from now on. You will respect me as, and I'm not picking on, I'm just giving you examples. I'm not picking on anybody, as the matriarch of my family, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a sister, as a auntie, or whatever you want to say it. And I need everybody to understand, you will respect me, or there will be repercussions. I'm no longer going to say, let me shut up and allow this to happen to keep the peace. Why am I keeping the peace? If my mother was here today, most folks would be respect because she demanded hers, right? She demanded it. You had to. As I was 30 something years old, she hit me with a shoe because I rolled my eyes, right? I gave my mother that respect. We don't have that anymore. We don't have it. People feel like they ain't got to respect nobody. You can just say what you want to say to me. You can talk. You're going to start getting these hands. I'm going to start whipping you like you're my child. So I'm going to demand that respect. And if you can't give me that respect, stay the fuck out of my face.
Well, that's it right there. Like, you know what? If people don't respect you, you need to not be around people that don't respect you. Because, if that's the only thing you got, because you're right. But people don't respect each other. They don't respect anybody. They don't respect, like you
Nobody.
said, they don't. But it's the difference between being free and speaking your mind and your thoughts and your emotions. I am a person who embraces people who to share their thoughts, right? But it has to be done in a respectful way, not
Respectful.
just I'm open. Like, tell me your feelings. Like kids, they always say kids are just to be seen, not heard. I don't believe that. I do want to, I want to hear what they have to say, but not to the point where you're talking back or you think you're going to do it. Even I'll hear you out. That doesn't mean you're going to get to do what you want to do.
Right.
But yeah, it's gotten out of hand, and kids don't respect their teachers. They don't respect the authority. They don't respect the police.
Nothing.
But there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world that's kind of shifted all that too. It's hard to respect certain authority figures because of stuff that's happened, but your family and stuff like that should be a given. Your family and people that's in your life, yeah. So.
It absolutely should be a given. And so for me, what I'm working on now, and I'm a work in progress. I know my weak spots. I know my triggers. I know what triggers me to be ready to be like, and so I have learned to step away from anything that triggers me because I get triggered. The thing with me is I'm not an arguer. I can't sit here and go back and forth arguing with you. It's just not feasible. I can't do it. It's not possible. I'm not that good of a person to do that. Immediately, I'm going to jump to the defense. I'm going to go from 0 to 100. Those triggers are hit, and I'm retaliating. That's me, and that's the part of me I don't like. I'm trying to figure out how to control that because my mouth is like bullets. I'm finna come at you, right? And I can't go back and forth arguing. So at some point I'm ready to punch. And that's wrong of me. That's wrong of me. Right? I know that's wrong of me. That's not a good look. So now I have to learn how to say, okay, this is what triggers me. I can no longer allow you to bring that out of me. I have to step back. If you're not going to respect me, I'm not going to come for you and just be, you know what I'm saying? Because I know my triggers and they're bad. So let me see what people are saying. Chef, oh, what's up, Val? Sweet Mission in the hizzy. What's up? Sweet Mission is in the house. I need some sweets. I need some sweets. I need some sweets right now. Glad to see the closet is back. Thank you, Chef Jason. He's amazing. He's a friend of the closet, and he's an amazing chef. And he has a story. I've never got you on, Chef Jason, so you need to come on and tell your story. I'm not going to tell it, but he has an amazing story of where he was to where he is now.
I love hearing stuff like that. It's like
It's
inspiring.
amazing. It's so inspirational.
I need some inspiration, please. I wanted to come and tell me.
It's good. So, yeah. So we have to be able to identify our triggers, what triggers us, what makes us go off, what makes us right, and then realize this is what makes me. So I've been doing really good of stepping back from people and just saying, let me give some space. Because if I say something to you now or something that's going to trigger, and I know me and I don't like that about me at all.
You know what I figured out too? Like I'll say even for myself, when I get upset about stuff, I start trying to figure out, why does it trigger me? Why does it bother me? Like what? Because you got to get to a point where like, okay, you got your opinion. I don't care. Right. But you're like, why does this affect me? Because sometimes somebody will say something to you that's really minor, but it sets you off because it is your trigger. The person that's saying it doesn't know that it's a trigger. That's just something they're saying. So it's like, why is this bothering me so much? Is there a past history of this coming up constantly, and I'm having to defend myself about it all the time? And now every time somebody says something that sounds the same as that, it automatically makes me mad. I feel like I got to defend myself. Where is this coming from? Sometimes that'll help you to maybe control it. You're like, hey, you know what? Like I used to say, my mom, she would say certain things to me. So when somebody else says something that sounds like that to me, I'm automatically like mad, or I'm like trying to defend myself. And that's, and it's like, well, man, I'm just trying to give you constructive criticism and you taking it all crazy, And so sometimes you got to, like you said, find your triggers, figure out why they bother you, and kind of like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to let that bother me like that. I'm just going to listen to what somebody has to say. I don't agree. That's fine. Just depends on what it is, I guess.
What I'm working on now is, so I've started to realize what my triggers are, right? I'm realizing the problem I have is I don't know how to control it once I get to 100. Like if I'm at 0, I'm good. Let me walk away. But if I'm triggered and people are pressuring me and I get to that 100, I'm gone. There's no coming back. My mouth, and I don't like the stuff that I say or what goes on, how I react to it.
So you got to know when to stop it, right?
Now, the problem is, the problem what I will say is, I will take accountability for my actions. A lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play the victim. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the victim. I will take accountability. I love being the villain. Be careful what you ask for, though. Okay? Be careful. So, again, I know what triggers me. I know what gets me upset. And it's hurt because I feel like I give so many opportunities and I've given so many passes to people that constantly still push those. And I'm like, okay, let me stop. Let me humble myself. Let me do this. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of doing it. But I also don't want to be the person that reacts to it. So I humble myself. I step back. I'm learning to step back. Like, let me stop. Right?
They say to learn how to act and not react, right?
Right. But what people have to understand, to every action, there's a reaction. So be careful. Tread lightly. To every action, there could be a reaction. So be careful what you do. If people take advantage of, I know people look at me and say, oh, Val ain't going to do this to me. Well, now everybody's going to start getting treated the same equally. If you keep pushing me, I'm going to step away from you, because what I don't want is to do something that's going to cause a permanent, like we're no longer talking.
Rip in the relationship, right? Yeah.
So I step back and I work on me. I know what I need to work on. I have an anger problem. I don't like feeling bullied or like people are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it something coming from that? Like there's certain triggers, and like you just said, you don't like the feeling of being bullied. Like there's something that somebody may say in a certain way, or the way they come at you that makes you feel that like you got to defend yourself from being bullied.
Yeah, well, I feel like if I say something to somebody, it could be the most harmless thing. I'm the bad guy, but people could say something to me, and I'm
You know
supposed
what that is? I think that's because sometimes it's like me. I did not know how to take constructive criticism. When somebody's saying something to you, if you've been a person who all your life somebody's always said, "Oh, you need to do better," or "You're not all that's great, but you're not doing this," and you always feel like, "Oh, I got to defend my actions all the time." So as soon as somebody tells you something, instead of you really, it's like you're cringing just to hear them tell it to you. But instead of just listen and say, "Okay, I got to take this and for what it is, they're just telling me something good for me." That's that person's, like you said, that's that person's issue. Their issue is they don't know how to take constructive criticism, and they may never admit that that's what it is, you know. But yeah, we all got to take accountability, and that's not easy to do, especially if you don't think you're doing anything wrong.
right, absolutely, and it's just it's. I feel like it goes both ways, and and it comes back to respect. We have to respect each other. We have to respect that. Okay, you said something that offended me. Allow me to tell you if I meant it, because I will tell you, yeah, I meant to defend you. I don't like what you said, and I meant it to sting, right? Or that's not what I meant. And I'm not the kind of person. I'm not that person who's going to come out and hurt people. That's not me. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I'm tired of feeling like I'm always the bad guy. Sometimes you gotta be like Teflon pan or be like duck skin. If you've ever used a Teflon pan to make an egg, the egg
It's a
just rolls
stick.
right out of the pan. Or if it's ever seen water on a duck, it just rolls off. You know what? And that's true. That's true. We have to learn how to let things roll off. But the problem is that I find in my situation is that it's always people always saying, "You said this to hurt me. You said this to hurt me." But do you not think that you didn't hurt me? So I'm supposed to be understanding to your pain, but damn my pain. Because I'm just everybody thinks that Val's just big superwoman. Honey's a superwoman. She could take anything. Well, I hurt too. I hurt too.
Okay, so here's the thing: when somebody says that to you, and we have that's the thing too. People wait until they'll let somebody hurt them, then they'll do something back to them really mean, and you don't know what's going on, and the person don't say up front, "Well, listen, you really hurt my feelings when you said X, Y, Z to me." No, they go and they do something mean to you first, back to retaliate, right, and then say, "Well, it's because you did X, Y, Z to me." It's like, you know what? I think I might be a good person at that. I've learned to like when somebody upsets me or something, I will say, "Hey, you know what? I want to tell you something. You know, you said something to me that bothered me, and you know, I didn't say nothing at the time, but it really bothered me, hurt my feelings, whatever." Now, if a person just ignores it and they don't care, that's a different story, you know. But yeah, like you say, you got to give people the opportunity to apologize or say, "Hey, you know what? I didn't mean to do that." But people always think, "Oh, they knew what they was doing. They knew what they were saying when they said that." And sometimes people really don't, and it's not on
They
purpose.
don't.
Really, they don't. Now,
I
some
just feel
people
like
do,
people who
and some
always
people
want to play the
don't.
victim knowing that you ain't a
Mm-hmm.
victim. Stop acting like I don't like that shit. That pisses
But
me
how
off.
do you know they're not? How do you know that they really don't realize they're a victim? How do you
You
know that?
know some people, you just know. I know
But you
certain
see what
people.
I'm saying? You're doing the same thing.
No, I know when somebody's playing the victim and they just trying to make it like they just this victim and I'm the bad guy, like I'm just this villain. And understand, I have again, I don't think I'm bad or anything, but I have no problem being a damn victim
You
at all. I have no
mean the
problem.
villain?
The villain, I mean the villain. Yeah, I have no problem being the villain. I have no problem. So if you want to play the victim, play the victim.
How about we all just
We
pray?
need to pray,
Let's
but
just
the people,
pray.
I'm not there yet to
Get
where people can
peace.
come and tell me, "You're doing this to me." Okay, you're the victim now. Bitch, I'll be that villain, but be careful what you ask for because when I be the villain, I go hard.
You just said you wasn't gonna be doing that no more. You right?
I'm not, I don't mean to, but when you play with my feelings like that and you try to act like I'm just this bad guy, like I'm picking on you, then guess what?
And how are
I
you gonna do
think
this? How are you gonna do
because
this? I gotta
I'm
watch.
not
I
there
gotta
yet.
watch
So what I
out.
do is, if you try to play the victim and make me out to be the bad guy, and now I can't react, I'm gonna be the
So if
bad
I do
guy.
something to
But
offend
I
you,
play a hell of a good bad guy.
let's establish our relationship right now.
I ain't
If
establishing
I
shit.
do, if I do something to
I'm
you, what
over
you
it.
gonna do? Stab me in the eye?
Okay.
Tell me so I understand. When Honey does this, then that means okay. I know how to act and I this and that. So you gotta tell me. So if I do something to you, can you give me some little like what do you call those little
Just tell me. If you come and tell
no,
me,
okay. If I do
like, you know
something
what,
to
you
you,
said something that offended me, give me the
I'm good
opportunity.
for that. But if I do something
But
to
you know,
offend you,
somebody plays a victim. They are, oh, you know, this person hurt me. Honey's this, she does this. Okay, well,
no,
you
I
keep.
tell you, I'll say, you know what, you hurt my feelings. You did X, Y, Z to me. But
I
I'll
don't
say if
hurt
I do
your
something to
feelings.
you, if I do something to you,
Yeah, but we can talk like that because we love each other. And it's just some people play the victim. You don't play a victim. I don't play a victim. I am Miss Villain. I will be. Don't make me out to be a villain because now I'm ignorant. Now I'm gonna be the villain.
you're not
Now
going to be.
I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to come for you because you making
You
me out.
sound like you're talking to me. I'm trying to figure out why I
Not
did.
you, not you.
I'm just playing.
We talked. So, anyways, guys, let us know what you think. Email us at honeyscloset1@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. All the questions. Would you let your mate have a best friend of the opposite sex? Would you go back to your
On the
husband?
show, like I want to hear some voices. I want some people to come on here.
You
And
know
just
what? I'm
talk
gonna
and
get
say some crazy
after
stuff.
we have a couple of shows, and I'm gonna set up the phone line.
Yeah, because I think that would be fun. Have some
Yeah.
people say some things. Don't be shy.
Okay. What is that? Follow Miss Radio host. Vixx, any last words?
No, I just say be kind and pray. That's all I'm gonna say. Be respectful, love each
Don't
other.
play
Come
the
on, we
don't
got
play
one
the
life,
victim.
and life is short. People are dying. It's just not worth it. So let's just really just go into your soul and yourself and try to like pull out the best you can. That's what I say.
Yeah. You know me. I always stand for something or you fall for anything. Next week, we're coming back live. All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate the response. We don't have any more no more things, right? No more comments. Okay. We're out. Peace.